How are you deepening your understanding of how city government works?
Well, I used to be in city government, and I still work very closely with local governments, with city governments. And it's actually kind of neat to be on the outside because now I'm still watching things. Of course, I still have people who call me and ask for advice and thoughts. And I still have to work on city government issues through my professional job around the world. And one of the things I've come to understand is that city governments truly are where the rubber hits the road. And these are people who are starving for any amount of economic income, any amount of tax income, anything they can get to help pay for the projects that they need to pay for. They're probably behind on building infrastructure projects. They probably have a water treatment plant or a library or a new sewer system that needs to be built. And they're probably trying to figure out, how are we going to get this done? I think cities, for the most part, are always trying to figure out how to move the shells around in such a way so that they can line up their priorities and get their projects done. And it's neat to see that. It's neat to be part of the conversation. But what I've found is that over time, you see cities trying to reinvent the wheel a lot, and they don't have to. Almost any other city in the world, there's almost an example somewhere else in the world where a city has gone through a similar problem. Mm-hmm. And we just need to find a way to capitalize on sharing those best practices a little bit more. How Page, Arizona went through a difficult discussion that maybe St. Joseph, Michigan is now having to deal with, or what Binghamton, New York has talked about for the last several years that Flint, Michigan is now having to deal with. And they can learn a little bit from each other. And it's really neat to see that. But it all comes down to, I tell everybody, I say, if from the local government perspective, if we can approach everything by being transparent and solutions oriented, trying to find the solution, looking at best practices and being positive and being data driven, you're always going to find an answer if you remember to wash everything through a filter, through a prism that is made up of those points. And it's neat to see when cities actually do accomplish that.